Yeah, fix your face. Welcome to another episode of Aggressive Beauty Podcast, where beauty is pain and so is the truth. What's up, Jazz? How
Hello,
you
hello.
doing? We
Good,
took
good. How are you? Huh?
good. We took our little week off for Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, because bitch, I'm a mother.
We apologize for not warning you guys if you were looking. I had people saying, when you gonna do the next episode? What's and I was like, you know what? I did forget to mention. Um, I'm off. I ain't doing it. I
Not
ain't
you.
doing it this week. But so playing catch up, you guys. If you're just now, if this is the first episode that you're watching on Aggressive Beauty Podcast, thank you so much for tuning in. But you do have to go play catch up because we are talking about, relations and relationships and just kind of coming up with some action words to kind of describe the things that we've done and participated in, basically. And you definitely want to check out the rest of the episodes on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment. All feedback is appreciated. Right, Jasmine? All feedback. Shit.
So it's your world. I'm just in.
Okay. But yeah, so today we are going to be talking about how we approach people and how we expect to be approached. And we kind of want to elaborate on like online versus in person. So just hearing that, like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer online or do you prefer in person?
It's a little bit of both. You got me off guard with that question. So, because what I realized, I was like, oh, well, I miss, meeting people naturally in person or whatever, just kind of having that spark. And it just, I don't know, something about in person, right? Like I enjoy that. However, the way my mind works, what I enjoy most about online dating is that you've already filtered out like the bullshit and you already have like a foundation of knowledge, whatever they've decided to tell you, right? Like on their profile. So you already know if they have children, what type of relationship they're looking for, how old they are, how tall they are. Like you got all of this preliminary information already that's like, okay, like at least I know what I'm getting into initially. Like I got tidbits of information, but when you meet somebody out in person, I've been online dating for so long that I forget to ask those questions because I'm just like, oh, of course, if they're talking to me, if they've approached me, then of course they're single, right? Like I shouldn't have to ask, are you single? Right. Or
Yeah. But
like,
it's so weird that you do have to ask.
yeah. And so like little stuff like that, I feel like I'm almost like getting back used to meeting people in person, but it's pros and cons to both for me. So I can't really choose. What about you?
Yeah. Um I like I completely understand what you're saying as far as like what they put on their profile, but then sometimes I think, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, if you don't know me, I can literally make up my whole life. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Everybody can do that. Like I can literally make up my whole life. So in person, you can kind of catch that vibe and stuff like that, and catch on what people say to you.
Mhm.
You know how people um maybe they're having a hard time trying to explain something and you're like, maybe you don't really, yeah, I don't know about
Right.
this. Yeah. So little stuff like that. I prefer in person, but I'm not gonna lie, like my reason for even being online and even participating in the online dating, my personal reason would be I don't get out like that.
Right.
So which yeah, y'all catch me outside. Yeah, y'all catch me outside sometimes. But for the most part, like we've always discussed, Jasmine, I don't get out during the week like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to catch me like every other weekend.
Right.
And but yeah, so that would be like my reason of even doing the online, but I definitely prefer in person for somebody to just come up and speak to me. I don't think I've ever approached a dude in person though. But I do expect you to be bold and come up to me. Nothing wrong with that. I encourage it. So let me see. What would be okay? So you did say you like both of those. So before you even started the online dating, what was your initial thought as far as like, let me go ahead and create this profile and go ahead and get on here versus just meeting somebody naturally?
So before we jump into that part, let me say that in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the people who are like just now online dating, mainly because of like the pandemic and stuff or whatever, are very different than the niggas that were online dating before when it was like a choice to like be on those apps, as opposed to people feeling like, damn, I'm trapped in the house, so like this is my only alternative type of thing. I personally have noticed and talked to other friends who are online dating before the pandemic about the difference and almost like the oversaturation of low quality niggas that are on there now, honestly, because I was just like, y'all niggas, what?
When you say low quality, do tell low quality.
Honestly, when I say low quality, I'm talking about lazy niggas, like niggas who don't know how to communicate. Like like communicating in an online dating platform is different than texting. So when I think about that, you have the lazy niggas who hit you with a hey. And I'm like, why are you saying hey to me when I have a whole profile full of pictures and information about me? And the most you could come up with was, hey, like you're not in person, nigga. Like don't just say hey to me or whatever. It's lazy and I'm not responding. To your point, like we have an oversaturation of motherfuckers in our inboxes all the time. And so it's like you are not the one that's going to get chosen by saying hey. So back to the original point, what was the original point, nigga?
Bitch.
You were talking about why I chose to online date. So
yeah,
I feel like most people online date now because of that or whatever, or were introduced to it because of the pandemic. Before that, like I was saying before though, I first started online dating when I moved to Memphis. So I went from living in Little Rock or whatever, moved to Memphis, and I was just like, I went to a private PWI. The niggas there were not the niggas that I wanted. And so I was like, I need to be in the city. And in order to do so, I was like, let me figure out this online dating thing. And that's back when motherfuckers was like, bitch, be careful because niggas are gonna like drag you and take you out. And you hate like it was scary and almost like shunned, like, oh my God, you online dating? Like, why would you do that? Like, it was a lot of that shit or whatever, but I ain't never give a fuck about other niggas. I had a wonderful time online dating, and always have. So that was my reason, because I was like, the people that I am around are not necessarily the people that I want to be involved with like that. And so I wasn't comfortable being out in the city by myself initially. And so I was like, the only way that I can really meet people outside of these pearly gates is to online date. And so that's what I did. And I had a really successful time with it or whatever. When I moved to St. Louis, I did the exact same thing in order to meet new people. I was like, again, another PWI. And I was like, granted, obviously I still end up with white men, but it's the different types or whatever out here. And so, I still tell everybody the story. When I went to St. Louis, that was my first time ever paying for an online site. And I paid for Match.com. And I think it may have been like $40 for like 6 months or something like that. And when I say that was the best investment that I made, because when I say literally did not pay for any groceries, any food for the first 6 or 7 months that I was there, literally did not. Ken the Man was, I was Ken the Man before Ken the Man was Ken the Man or whatever. I had dates morning, noon, and night. Do you hear me? I was fed well, very, very well. Our friend Asia, who was out here,
that's crazy.
Yeah, my friend Asia was like, "Girl," and I was like, "I know, honey, but I'm going." I'm going because I gotta eat. And they were nice people. I wouldn't a bitch that was like, I'm just going for a meal or whatever. But no,
Says the
that was
person that said 6 or 7 months, you ain't had to buy no meal.
I ain't had to buy not a damn meal, and I
That's
was
crazy.
grateful.
Hell no.
That was grad school. I was broke. I did not have no money. So I was like, listen, I appreciate y'all so much for helping a sister through a hard time. So that was good. And then of course, I ended up meeting James there or whatever, on Match. And
You got a
we,
whole husband with a kid. Look at you.
right. So
Off a match.
that happened off of Match.com. So yeah,
I didn't start even trying that shit until you suggested it after I moved to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
After a couple of bad experiences, I said, let me get the fuck off of here because y'all. So I don't know. Are you a texter or a talker? Do you like to text more or you rather talk on the phone?
I prefer text, but if you're a good chatter, like if you're a good talker, then I would like that too. But also, while we on the phone, let's meet. Let's just meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I met a guy on my ass signed up for Match because your ass, bro, just
you can do it.
Yeah, no, it's not for everybody. So I met a guy and I was like, okay, he cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was holding really good conversation on there. I didn't really see no red flags. Like he seemed real cool.
Yeah.
Exchanged numbers and shit like that. Chopped it up, and then he asked me out on a date. I was like, okay, Girl, when I got there, I was like, okay, cool. When I saw him, cool. Bitch, I just said I'm a texter. So this is an error on my end, I must admit. But I did not appreciate this shit. I text that nigga. We text. We never spoke. We text. Yeah. I went on that motherfucking date. When I say that nigga voice was hot in the hoe, hot in the hoe. I said, there's people like this in the world. How you like 6'5"? Like, what the fuck? Just like, and
gotcha. And you can still text now with the voice note. Now you get them with the voice note next time. Now you done lived and learned.
Oh my God. I was like, yeah. It was one of those days where like, you're never going to hear from me again. Unfortunately, because I just can't take you around nobody with this. I can barely stand it. I'm a little confused at this point. Why is your voice that high? Like, I don't know. But yeah, that was tough. And then you did the Bumble shit to where like the girls are initiating the conversation. And that was cool. I met somebody on there. I was like, hey, cool. You know how that shit turns out. I was like, yeah, okay. I don't choose to fight niggas, but when you provoke things, I kind of want to fight you. So
listen, I know the stories, right? But the people don't know. So could you elaborate a little bit more about what you're talking about so that everyone else is in on the conversation?
I met this nigga on Bumble. And of course, this is the online dating site where the women have to initiate the interactions.
Right.
And so I saw a dude on there I feel like was attractive. I hit him up and he was, great conversation. Mm-hmm. So we're like going back and forth or whatever. And this is when I had just moved into my apartment in Dallas and we were talking maybe like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And then he had took me out to eat. And let me see here. He had took me out to eat or whatever. Looks like you're muted. Okay, I'm tripping. So he had took me out to eat or whatever. And then when I moved, he was helping me move and like all that good stuff. And girl, anyway, like he was just not being honest. Like I found out like he was still talking to his ex, and like I'm nosy as fuck. So like found some shit on Facebook to where, first of all, if you ever thought that I couldn't find you on Facebook, I've already seen you on Facebook. Okay. I just ain't said nothing to you and I ain't added you. I done already seen you and scoped everything out. So like I seen him like post her, like, and I was like, or I seen him comment on something that she had, and I was like, oh, y'all just seen each other. Really? I was like, okay. So the next time I seen a nigga come over, and I asked him, and I was like, so when the last time? And then he lied. I said, motherfucker, I'm not playing with you. I said, you gonna lie to my motherfucking face? I said, I fight niggas. So I'm gonna ask you again. When is the last time that you seen her? Nigga looking nervous. What you looking nervous for? Why are you nervous? Don't be nervous. Be honest. And I was pretty much done with his ass from there. Like, I don't play them fucking games. Like, right. You wasting my time. You done been around me, you know, naturally had to be around my son if you're helping me move shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't had nobody. I mean, I just was fucking with you. Like, who else did I know in Dallas? Right. So, like, for that bullshit, I was like, all right, you got it. After that, I was like, let me get up off here. I don't need to be on here no more. So, but yeah, so my reason, like I was saying, just my reason was like, I just wasn't going out like that, like initially. And then your reason is like, of course, just getting to know people like you. I mean, you've been doing this shit. So like, it's foreign to me. So I'm like, and so let's talk about like the things that we see on these profiles to where we're like, no, like, because the most recent one I've ever been, or the most recent one I've been on is Black. And I know you'd be like, oh, but I'd be like, I just need to see some niggas, bitch. I'm tired. Like, I just want to see some niggas on here. And we want to talk about quality again. We can, because it's pretty low sometimes. The conversation is pretty whack. But you know, we also have to
show me like a video stream, like not a stream, but like some screenshots of like their people on Black. And why is it niggas with like guns and money on their profile? And I was just like, OMG, what are we doing?
When I say that shit make me so motherfucking mad. Why are you flashing money? Why do you have guns? Why are you smoking? I don't even give a fuck if you smoke, bro. Why are you showing everybody you smoke? You don't have no hope for the future.
Yeah, it's like, why is it on your profile? At the end of the day, it's like on your profile, you should be bare minimum trying to present you like your best self, right? Like put your best foot forward. And it's like, this is your best foot, nigga. If this is it, I don't want it.
That's their best foot. And so, yeah, we that's what we're not looking for. Those type of pictures. What else are you not looking for on a dating profile?
So what will make me skip your dating profile is if all your pictures are group pictures. It's like, okay, nigga, you got friends, but I'm not trying to date your friends. Can I see pictures of you?
Okay. Like, they try to trick you too. They put themselves with the good friends and they might have all group picture. You like, is that him? Let's see who the common denominator is. It just kind of like,
right. It's like, why I gotta play Finding Waldo? Where's Waldo in all these pictures or whatever? To be like, okay, this one look like him, but is this also him? Is this her? Is this her? Like, I'm like, no, I don't want to have to do that. And the fact that you're making me do labor, I don't like it. I don't like it. Too much work. So yeah, the group, too many group photos. I don't like the photos. Like I guess some people put like memes or something like on their profile. And I'm like,
I don't understand that.
It's like, I get that you're trying to like show a little bit of your personality, but do that in words and your prompts and your bio, whatever. Like give me as many different like photos of you as possible. And I know a lot of people don't, you know, quote unquote, don't like taking pictures. Right. And it's like, then figure out a way to do that just for your profile. Like I understand that like in daily life, you don't want to or whatever, but if you are intentional about making a profile, then you better ask one of your motherfucking friends to take some pictures of you so we can see what the fuck you look like.
And I also suggest too, like when you're taking pictures, take different types of pictures. You don't want to keep doing all these headshots or you just standing there like, right. You know what I mean? Kind of like show a little bit of life in the pictures. Like, okay, if you stupid, like if if you travel, you're gonna show where you trying something new, or if you know you're a nurse, then you're gonna show, you know what I mean? Just showing something.
Like different sides of you. But
Absolutely.
speaking of that travel shit, I don't like too many of that shit. Like people are like, I need you. I need somebody who wants to travel the world and be spontaneous. I don't like that shit. I need a plan, nigga. That's a red flag to let me know that you don't want to plan shit. You want to call me day of and be like, do you want to go? No, I don't. I do
Really?
not.
How you know they won't plan? You can't just assume that one now. Come on.
That's in their heart. That's in their heart.
Come on.
He or she need to have a lot of other shit in their profile to make that not be a red flag for me. I don't like that shit. People are like, I just want to be spontaneous. It's like, you sound very disorganized to me. That's a judgment call. I ain't saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's how I feel. Okay. Niggas talking about they spontaneous, and if you can't just pick up and travel the world, well,
no. I don't like when motherfuckers say that to me. Well, I ain't got no kids. I could just, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you go ahead and do that. Have fun, enjoy yourself. Good night.
Or like the people is usually men on there who are very much so like, I want basically like I want somebody who's super feminine. Like granted, I can be feminine, right? But the fact that you need to put that on your profile or whatever feels like that says a lot about you and what like your demands are and how like you approach like masculinity and femininity. And it sounds like a controlling type of thing to me. So when you're just like, I need somebody who's like super in touch with that and, doesn't and it's just like, I don't want that either. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Also, all profiles. I ain't saying I'm right, okay? I'm just saying this is what
she's just saying what she likes, what she doesn't like.
6 foot and over. So if you below 6 foot, I'm more than likely just swipe. I'm swiping.
You know what? It's like when you're online and there's so many dudes. There's so many. It's more dudes than there are women on there. Like it's ridiculous. Baby.
It's not. As somebody who has a profile that's open to men and women, it's a lot of motherfucking bitches on there.
And it's a lot of niggas shooting their shot. Hey.
Oh, shooting their shot. Yes. I thought you just meant just profiles. Profiles.
No. You know how you're talking about like lazy. Hey. There's so many of those. So when that's what you're doing initially, trying to talk to somebody, you're saying, hey, now, so I'm already not going to say anything, but then I have to go to the conversation where you actually are talking about something. Then I have to look through the profile and do a process elimination of what the.
Well, no. So on this, what I'm talking about is even before we get to conversation, because most of those you have to match with the person first before conversation can even start. And
okay,
so
you are right. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not even entertaining, like trying to match with you if you're not 6 foot and above.
Oh my God. What about people that don't put it on there? So is it always on there? The height is always on there? Why are you acting like that?
I feel like the height is usually on there. I don't think I've
Why really you acting like that, man? Why you can't?
So sometimes they don't put it on there. And then I'm looking at like door hinges and like to see like where it is. Yeah. Because I'd be like,
your soulmate could be 5'10", right?
My girlfriend 5'10". She made it through.
So why you over there talking about some 6 foot?
Niggas are 6. Sorry, Negroes of America.
Bro, you great shit.
And then probably the last one that I would think is an automatic no is when people put conservative on their profile. When it asks for like political affiliation, if they put that they are conservative, it feels like you're too proud. So you also have to go.
They putting that? Why are you putting that type of stuff?
I have liberal on mine. When I had mine up, it would say liberal. And then I would go from there.
Why not just bring that up in the conversation?
I mean, it's part of the profile, and it asks, do you want to allow people to like see that? And it's like, yeah, sure, I do.
Sorry about that, you guys. Had a few technical.
Doom being a hater.
They some haters, bro. Like we gonna finesse until the end of our dying days. So yes. But anyway, so we were just talking about like what you put on your profile and what we look at online dating as far as red flags and stuff like that. And you was talking about the height.
I wouldn't call it a red flag. I would say
I'm just saying red. I didn't call that a red flag. I'm just saying red flags in general. And then I just height situation. I feel like I kind of with the height. Of course, I love the 6 foot and above, of course, but I finesse a little bit. But when I get to envision, like when I get around you and I think like when I got my heels on and we just neck and neck, I'm feeling a certain type of way. So I try not to engage in those interactions too much if I'm feeling a little awkward at that point. So I completely understand. But it's funny because like I was saying, like, you know how, so you say you try not to match or whatever. But sometimes I'm not even, when I have done online dating, I'm not even going into details for every single person I'm even looking at. I'd be like, oh, he cute, he cute, and cute. And now then when the interaction get to start and I start looking, I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna do this.
Crazy how many people do that. Like I've talked to a couple people now who are just, getting back to online dating. And I was like, oh, so what did the profile say? And they'd be like, I don't know. And I'd be like, y'all are niggas. You include.
But I do look at it. Okay. And then we also have to give people the benefit of doubt as well.
Oh, about what?
Because what if you talk to somebody, or what if you see pictures and shit like that, right? Okay, they cute, da, 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 da. You're gonna get a little pass. I see you didn't write your bio thoroughly, like I would appreciate, but I'll give you a little pass because you look nice in your pictures. So
I don't get that.
Damn.
No, I don't get.
Why you not being lenient with nobody, Jasmine? Why you so hard on them?
Because that insinuates that you're not going to put in effort. If you can't even put in effort on your profile, then what type of effort are you going to put into conversation or into planning a date? It's like, I don't have the time to waste on stupid shit like that. It's like, if all you wanted to do was put pictures on here. Now, granted, I don't know what I only am talking about like Hinge and Match and kind of Bumble too, but I didn't really like Bumble all that much. But if I'm thinking about Hinge and Match, if you like purposefully, intentionally decide not to answer any prompts or whatever, it's just like, oh, it's more than likely that you're here to just find somebody to fuck, because you're just like, here's some pictures, like that'll be good enough, and like that's gonna be that.
It's just
like, no.
But I completely understand what you're saying, but I have stories to where like that shit don't matter. So even like I said, okay, I recently went out on a date or whatever. And I was like, that was surprising. That motherfucker that had nothing on there. Literally went off looks at first. And then I was kind of concerned about that, but I went out anyway. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this motherfucker really has some good conversation. And this motherfucker planned something. And like, you're doing good. I like this. But that profile,
I really would have passed on his ass.
But the profile was trash. Like the profile was trash. But him, after I met him, I was like, okay. Like,
you just take different risks. That was a risk you were willing to take, and it paid off. I'm not willing to take that risk.
Bro, you have. Okay. So if you're not seeing any no description or anything like that, bullshit pictures, all that, whatever. I could tell when a motherfucker take a picture with an Android. I'd be like, if it's a little blurry.
Oh yeah, bitch. I hate a nigga that also takes pictures with like, I'm gonna assume it's the ex. It shouldn't be that. I shouldn't make that assumption. But when they like tried to like cut her off or whatever, cut the person off, I was like, you had no other picture. No other picture. You had to use.
Should I look good in that one? No. That's the one I looked good in. I like that picture.
I don't X people out for that, but it be in the back of my mind like, you didn't have to choose that picture.
Why crop it like this? It don't even fit the frame like that. Why I do that?
Look at all skinny and long.
I swear to God. You so fucking stupid.
They just left her in there. Shit, nigga.
So your opinion is if they didn't do anything on the profile, like really put any effort into it, it's probably they just looking for somebody to fuck, basically. That's what it makes it look like.
Yes.
Okay.
It makes it look like you don't, even if you're not looking for somebody to fuck, you're just a lazy motherfucker. And it's like, why am I matching with you? What are we doing?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like it. So you're educating them on this in case they want to jump on there and hold their liquor bottles and they
No, they're not, girl. They're gonna be like, fuck that bitch. I don't want that bitch. And look, I don't want
too
you
hard.
Either.
She too hard on this.
That's what it is.
Girl, you stupid. So what about in person? Mm-hmm. And before you answer this, I want you to keep in mind, because we have to keep in mind the sober interactions and the under the influence interactions. Mm-hmm. What do we prefer? How do we prefer somebody to come up to us and approach us when we are sober? Let's do that. I have to say that, bro. It's important.
Why do you think you have to specify that?
Because when you're fucked up, you're a little bit more lenient on what is being said. You ain't. Yeah, you is, bitch.
See that? I can see that. Let's see. Soberly being approached.
Normally it start with a drink. If we're out, that's what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, people do, but I honestly, you don't have to. For me, like, you don't have to start with a drink for me. Like, if you can start with some good conversation, I can fuck with you. Like that's cool with me.
What are they saying to you? Can they say some little corny shit and maybe you'll laugh or you'd be looking crazy?
Look, I can be giggled out my drawers, okay? Like I like a funny person, okay? I love a funny person. Tell me something funny or whatever. I would much rather that than somebody being like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful." And I'm like, all right, thanks. Yeah. So you come up and be like, I see you over here. You barely sipping on your little drink or whatever. You trying to, what's going on? It's like something like that, like something like cute, casual, or whatever. And we can chat it up. I like good chat. So I think that's just like a general. I can give like specific examples of how things like that have happened. And
we'd love to hear.
I get so sick of your ass.
We love to hear them. We'd love to hear them.
I would say I think you were there for this one I know you were there for this one. We were all like playing, it was like a game night, playing spades and stuff. They like approached, like it was two of them. They approached the three, it was three of us out and about. They just wanted to talk shit and play spades with us. And we did.
They did good.
Yeah. Like nice little banter. They did buy drinks for like everybody at the table. Had a little hookah. And it didn't feel like being hit on. It just felt like people were just trying to engage and it was just a good time. And then when we were about to leave, old boy was like, hey, before you leave, like, I have had a good time. Can I take you out for coffee sometime? And I was like, oh, that's cute. Like, yes. Coffee, tea, whatever. It was just a cute little interaction, exchange numbers, and, and the rest was history or whatever. So that was a good interaction, but I like talk about the example, bitch, of how my girlfriend approached me in fucking LA. And I was just like, oh my fucking goodness. So like she played it cool, right? Or whatever, and just came and sat beside me. Look, cute, casual conversation or whatever. No pressure. But girl, why she ended up being like, hey, I know y'all about to leave, blase, blase. Can I do a body? You want to do a body shot? And I was like, and so little old me, so wholesome me, you want to do a body shot?
Wholesome, huh? All right. If we're gonna go with that, that's fine.
Hey, I was the sober one in the group. Okay, I was out with two friends.
And you said, were you sober?
I was the sober one.
Oh,
and like two friends were out and about. They were drunk, so I was like, I gotta get us back home, type of shit or whatever. So she was like, yeah, like let's just do a quick one. I was like, given the outfit that I had on, I was like, you trying to? And she was like, nah. She was like, the way I do body shots, and she showed me. So she would take her little shot, or like, first of all, she licked my neck, and then she put a little salt on there. So she took her shot, and then she licked my neck, and then bit into a lime. And basically it was like, your turn. And but I don't know how to flirt. If I want you, I want you. So
yes, tell me me about the things that you say.
So I just took the lime out her mouth and kissed her and was like, I'm
Jasmine, don't kiss.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's how she my girlfriend now. It was something in the air.
Is that what it was? And you were sober?
Sober as a motherfucker. Yeah. I took the lime out her mouth and kissed her. And I was like, I didn't think I was going to see her again. She was like, oh, no, bitch. I will be seeing you tomorrow.
Yes.
So I like that. I like that type of like confidence too, right? Like when somebody is just like, I like you and I want you. Like, hey, how do you feel? Do you want it? I'm just like, okay, we can play. So yeah, I like that. So generally speaking, like as a whole, in both of those scenarios, right? Like I appreciate somebody who doesn't feel like it's like pressuring me. Like it's just conversation is just cool or whatever. And then like being definitive in your decision to like move forward on me. Like, so there is no question, there's no game or whatever. It's just like, hey, here. And you know, what you gonna do with it now? So in the first situation, I was like, yes, definitely. Here's my number. Second situation, you know, we exchange contact and it was,
you know, that's what they love to. Let me tell you, girl, niggas love this is really a win. But when they come to you and they cracking little jokes, boy, go on, stop playing with me. I be like, stop playing with me. Cause you know what you're doing. Go on somewhere. Right. I think the cracking joke shit be, yeah, like you already know what you're doing, man. I mean, I do have the shit to where people come up and be like, you know, hey, you're so beautiful, let me get your number. And I'll be like, I have a boyfriend. Bitch, I remember you used to wear wear motherfucking a wedding ring before you had a wedding ring before. And yeah, I'm married. I can't. Are you happy? I am. They love that part. Are you happy?
Because if for so long just saying, you know, because first of all, women are not always safe saying no to niggas, and it's a lot of danger like wrapped up in that sometimes because niggas don't always accept no. Obviously, quote unquote, not all niggas, but you always got to be prepared. And so I learned very quickly that just saying I have a boyfriend meant nothing to niggas.
You got me concerned. Did something happen?
No, nothing happened, but I know other women that something have happened to. And then obviously like news stories and shit like that, where niggas just don't take no for an answer or whatever. And you know, you all type of bitches and hoes and fuck you, I ain't want to talk to you no way or whatever, Girl. Or more aggressive than that. So I'm just like to dead all of that because I've learned that the whole boyfriend thing didn't work. And granted, nobody got really aggressive with me, but that'd be like, oh, like, you know, it ain't serious. And you know, you can't have friends, But for one reason or another, like I learned that having a fake wedding ring on at the time, you know, you'll be like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm married, They'll be like, oh, okay, you know, that's what's up. He lucky, because they assume that you're straight. They're just like, you know, he lucky, blase, blase. Or they'll be like, I have got the whole thing where they're just like, you know, you happy though? And I'd be like, you know, unfortunately, nigga, I'm
not the shoulder, bitch.
Yeah, I'm happy. And they'd be like, okay, good for you. And it's a lot less. So it's I'm not saying it's, you know, it should be this way, but it hurts niggas' egos a lot less to be like, I'm married or whatever. And then they like, oh, well, maybe if she wasn't, she would have fucked with a real nigga.
Okay.
Right. And so I'm not saying women should have to do that or whatever, but as a protective mechanism, like that is what I used to do. So I could just be like, sorry, thanks.
You stupid. If she wasn't married, she'd fuck with a real nigga. Get the fuck out of here. I feel like maybe I'm trying to think of like the most disrespectful. It ain't the most disrespectful, but caught me off guard. And I was like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But no, this dude or whatever, I first of all, I hate when niggas try to holler at me from cars. That pisses me the fuck off. It really does. We want to talk about lazy. Get your ass off the car.
Ride, trying to holler at me.
Bro, and stay in that motherfucking ride and close your mouth. You ain't got to say nothing to me. Like, you gonna try to holler at me and you sitting in the fucking car? You see that shit I posted on Instagram. Niggas really be short. That's why I want to get out that truck and holler at you. But anyway, no, I did have a nigga try to like holler at me from the car, and I was like, I can't even see how good you look. First of all, my eyes bad. Okay, you know how my eyes be. So I ain't finna look like. And then what happens? What if I did walk to the car? What if I walk to the car? I said my eyes are bad. What if I walk to the car and you're not what I thought that you were from afar?
Oop, my phone ringing.
Ooh,
Hello.
you quick on your toes, bitch. Yes.
Got to be.
Gotta be quicker than that. But I was like, the fuck? Like, and I didn't say shit. And then the motherfucker caught the hint and got out the car, chop it up. I'm like, okay, cool. This one said, I know we just met, but you are just so beautiful. Can I kiss you? And I said, no, hold on. Huh? I said, no, sir. And I want to keep this in mind. After he done got out the car, conversated a little bit, which is cool. I got his number. I ain't letting him get mine. I said, I'll take your number down. When a girl say that she probably ain't gonna call you. I just want that to be known as well. She probably not gonna call you. But I said, let me get your number. But then when he said that, I said, damn, I really can't call you. I really can't call you. You gonna say some crazy stuff like that to me? But I love to say this. When niggas do stupid shit like that, it's because it has worked before. They did it to somebody and it worked before. So they're just trying the shit. But the problem is they just tried it with the wrong person. It's fine. That's fine. You can go try that again. Either try that again with somebody else or, learn your lesson. So yeah, sometimes those I do prefer face-to-face interactions, but because I be getting done in online. It seemed like I be getting done in online with the trickery, the high voices, the bullshit. Like, but that ain't the way. I know that just ain't the way.
Right.
So I don't know if you've ever. Do you agree with me with the whole sitting in the car type bullshit? Have you ever like walked over to a motherfucking car like?
No,
it's nice.
It's equivalent to no, it doesn't matter. It's like that. It's almost like that power dynamic where it's like you come here type thing, and I'm just like, I thought like I didn't say hey sir, hey fella. I didn't say that. You hollering at me. Come here. You right. Come here. Come get what you said you wanted, nigga. Like, what are we doing? But that's like, regardless if you in a car, if you across the table. You remember we were out with our other homegirl and like dude from like across the aisle was telling her to come here. And I was like, nigga, no, you come here. Like, you say something. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you beckoning for somebody to walk over to you? The fuck is wrong? So yeah, no, I don't like being
maybe they do that because
I'm okay for them.
I be trying to do both sides. Maybe they do that because they're scared of rejection. Maybe they want you to see what they look like and shit first and see if you would actually fuck with me before I come trying to fuck with you. So if you don't come to me, maybe you ain't really feeling me. Maybe they do that. I ain't gonna come to you regardless. But I'm just saying, maybe that could be.
Give a fuck if you are afraid of rejection. Like, this is what you're doing. You're in the wild, my nigga. Okay, you afraid of rejection? Get on online dating. Shit. Then you know if somebody actually interested in you. You in the wild now.
Then when you get on online dating, when you see him in person, you're nervous in the bitch. Like, that wasn't me. That really wasn't me.
Right.
I put them group pictures for a reason, bitch. That really wasn't even me. Oh my God. Okay, so what about what's the most, because I know, we get a couple little drinks or whatever. What do you think the most disrespectful shit that you've said to a nigga personally, like in public? You might have been fucked up. Like, I be thinking of Gray Sweat comments all the time. Like, but like how we talk, our thoughts might not come out, but like maybe they have sometime. So
I'm gonna let you go first on this one because I can't really recall nothing right now, but I'm gonna try.
Ooh, let me go first. Damn. I say like
Like
Man.
me, I don't say disrespectful, like off the cuff shit or whatever, even if I'm drunk, like initially. But by the time I didn't got you that second time, like initially, I'm still trying to feel it out, right? Even if I'm intoxicated. But
What you
at the
mean? What you mean initially? What you trying to say?
are you because I'm assuming you're still talking about when we are initially being approached, or are you just talking about in general?
So like if a motherfucker come up to you, chopping it up, and you say like some crazy shit, like first of all, let me back up because I just have a question.
Mhm.
When is the appropriate time to even bring up sex? If you are sexually attracted to somebody, whether you're just in person or online, like when do you feel like it's going to be the appropriate time? So that way you're not coming off like, yeah, I really want to fuck you real good, but I don't want to tell you right now, but baby, you're going to get it, but I ain't gonna go there right now. Or do you just try to like keep it cool, keep it classy? I feel like that's a real struggle sometimes. What do you think?
Online, I wait. So it's
Mhm.
probably it's a longer time before I talk. Like, so are you talking about sex in general? Like talking, like having like healthy conversations about like, okay, like, so are you just looking for sex the last time you had sex, your sexual health, like that type of conversation,
No,
or I
bitch.
want to fuck?
Why you gotta make everything? No, that's not what I
I
mean.
ain't gonna make because that's a valid conversation because that's two different conversations
Absolutely. There
and they're
that is
both about sex
absolutely a valid conversation. But
and they come up at different times. So it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm talking to somebody online or getting to know them, it's like, okay, well, of course I'm gonna want to fuck you. So let's talk about the serious shit. Now in person, if I'm just meeting you off rip, I'm more likely to be reckless about like, like I'm wholesome, okay?
don't explain yourself. We understand.
In person, I'm more like, okay, I'm I have my intentions.
What that mouth do.
Look at those lips. I see you. Okay. Okay. Scan. Is there a bulge?
Profile.
What are we working with?
Are you looking at the pants?
Of course.
Hmm. Okay. So you probably gonna hear the sex talk in person a little bit sooner than online. You know what? I agree with that though. The online shit versus not bringing the shit up with somebody you meeting online like that because you're like I don't want you to even think my nigga this ain't that. Don't be trying to.
If you don't know them, you haven't even really met them yet. And even when you do, you're still trying to figure out like what is this? Who are you? If
Mhm.
you've already met them in person, it's like
You don't really know,
right.
but
But I feel like online dating, at least in my experience, when I'm online dating, it's intentional and I'm legitimately trying to date. Like, so sex is like the second, it's like it's almost secondary. It's like I'm trying to see if you're somebody that I actually want to be around. And I'm not saying that we'll be in a long-term relationship. I'm not saying that, but I'm like, are you somebody I can hang out with, go on dates with, or whatever, and fuck on? Like, can we do that? And in order to do that, I need to know more about you outside of just sex, but sex is important and a conversation that needs to be had. In person, it's all physical. Like that's the only reason you approached me in the first place. You didn't read shit on my bio. Like it's all physical. So that's what we're working with. And because of that, it's like, I know you ain't looking at me and was like, that bitch smart. You ain't look at me and say that. You was like, look at that titties, look at whatever, da da da, what she got on, blase blase. So you came at me like that, and so it ain't nothing but like carnal type shit. So I'm like, of course, I'm conversing with you right now, not just because I'm nice, but because I'm also attracted to you enough to fuck. If I'm attracted to you, I want to fuck.
yeah. Okay. Okay, we got the pros and cons. You see why they're in person is just so nice. Don't it just sound nice? Okay.
Does it? I want to fuck, and I still don't know if you are even available to fuck. If you live with your baby mama, you live with another bitch. I still don't know all this shit. I just know that
See
I'm
what
attracted.
happened with whatchamacall? Oh boy, we met at downtown at one time. We was like the one you had to block, bitch. The one you had to block.
Oh, the night that you laid lips on me.
Was it that same night? No, that was a different night. Don't be telling everybody I kissed you. I was fucked up.
Listen, y'all, she want to act like I'm the only LGBTQ friendly person out here, or whatever. Friend and lay lips on me, okay? Unbeknownst to me.
Bitch, you don't even remember it.
I don't.
Yeah, so going on, I really could have lied.
And I'm
but
not
you
proud.
Know what? But since you my friend and I feel like you deserve the truth, I feel like you can handle it because most of these niggas can't.
I'm gonna let
you deserve the truth.
You heard her. I deserve the truth. Ask her why it came up in the first place. Cause she ain't offer up the truth. Yeah, close your eyes and breathe, bitch. The nigga who was present, who I ended up having to block, had to tell me that that's what happened, and I was like, friend, is the Negro lying to me?
You know what I should have said? You gonna believe that nigga over me? You gonna believe that nigga over me?
That's because you toxic. I done told the people in all these episodes that you toxic as fuck. Listen to her, guys. Listen.
We got some shots out of that, at least. It was a fun night. What can I say? It was a good time.
Look, Fred was looking out for me. It was rough.
You know. My car, just like the pasta situation that you owe me $25 for about the waiter, I know you guys have seen that. Just like that situation, my car is still messed up for scraping up against this pole when I was trying to park to get you to safety. I want you to keep that in mind as well. Do you need to know my deductible? Thank you. All righty.
To be clear, I was not driving, guys, okay? I was in the passenger seat.
Slumped. Knock the fuck out. Slumped. Okay. Now that everybody knows what we really are.
Keep going, nigga. You got it. Come on.
I ain't got nothing else. I'm done for the night. You have anything else you'd like to add? I prefer in person. You guys keep doing your thing in person.
Oh, I did want to acknowledge that. I understand that it can be difficult for men, women, whoever in general, when they do want to approach somebody, especially when you're in a friend group, that can be a little intimidating for people. So I think another good point is on the receiving end of things or whatever, if you notice somebody like looking at you and seeming like they're interested, it's not always a weak ass move, right? Like it could just be like, damn, like she with her girls. I don't know if she wants to be approached. I don't know if they just having a girls' night, I don't know how that, like how to maneuver that or whatever. I've, had guys tell me before, hey, I'll just buy drinks for the friend group or whatever, and in order to calm everybody. And
that is what normally happens when we go out. Now that I've literally,
but not everybody wants to do that or should have to do that, really. And it's like, try to give somebody an easy way, right? Like smile, like, or, step away from your friends or whatever, not necessarily going across the room to that person or whatever, right? But, step away and allow space, right? For that person to be able to come up to you or whatever. Cause sometimes they can be a little intimidating. And I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. That's a good point. I wouldn't even thought of that. Like, I just expect you to kind of bogart your way in and be like, bitch, you saw me looking at you. I saw you, see me, noticing you. You saw me. All right, bitch, what's up? What is it? I'd be like, nah, let me stop. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. But, I definitely, but always encourage people to definitely approach in public because, I do have some friends and I know some people that are rude than a bitch when motherfuckers come up to them and try to talk to them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fucked up. I feel like anytime that we are in public, even if a motherfucker approaches us that we don't like or not attracted to, no, we are nice, bro. We are nice. Everybody ain't like that. So I can see why, motherfucker will be hesitant.
Right.
But, we just want to encourage you guys to keep pushing on. There's a lot of us out here. There's a lot of us out here. So you just keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to be online. So, all right. Well, I don't have anything else. I feel like this was a great episode. I hope you guys learned a little something. Whichever you prefer, keep it cute. Don't be kissing on your friends in the bars. Don't be talking bad when you get rejected. And all that good stuff.
Nice summary there.
Right. No, but thank you guys for real so much for watching the Aggressive Beauty podcast. I really appreciate all the supporters, all the listeners. And I'd have people, come to me and just quote little stuff, and I'd be like, y'all be listening to my shit? Y'all crazy. Get out of here. What's up? But no, for real, like, we just try to provide just a little content, like from our perspectives. Of course, we're talking about it. Might have a few little surprises the last couple episodes, but we just want to give our perspective on stuff and just see it from a different point of view. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Please follow the Aggressive Beauty podcast page on Instagram, Aggressive Beauty _ and again, comment, like, subscribe, tell your mama, definitely tell your daddy. You know how I go. And yeah. But anyway, you guys, and remember, beauty is pain and so is the truth. Bye.
Bye.